Hey y'all, welcome back. It's your boy Dondre Brown, founder of 1428 Financial Wellness, here to bring you things that you need so that you can do what you need. About to jump into this video that talks about shifting your side hustle into your main hustle. Another video by AO, and her name is Danielle Coke. She's also an entrepreneur, so let's see what she has to say.
Back in January, you went to school for event planning. You started doing that. You was doing this on the side, your business on the side. Then out of nowhere, you quit. You resigned from your job.
I'd love to tell that story.
What made you do that? Like, why did you leave? What was the thing that was really in your heart to say, you know what, it's time for me to pursue my dream full time? And I asked this question because you're right. I love seeing all people, but even my own people, especially Black people, Black sisters, really out there winning. And recently, Forbes magazine came out and said, hey, the fastest growing entrepreneur is a Black African American woman.
Let's go.
And it's like, look at you saying, hey, I was able to pay off some debt. I had a good month. I had a good couple of months. I had a good few months to where not only did I pay off my debt, but I was able to walk away from my job and really pursue my dreams full time. What happened in January to make that happen?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to have to go back in time a little bit because I put in my 2 weeks in August and actually left in August of 2019.
Oh.
Yeah, so The story, I'm going to have to go backwards a little bit. So like I said, went to school, hospitality administration, thought I was going to be in this industry, got a job immediately.
Yeah.
But I got a position as a graphic designer and marketing coordinator. So I was like, I'll just use these skills as a way in to what I really want to do.
Right.
So I was working and I quickly began to realize that not only was I not passionate about event planning, but my personality type was just not built for it. Like the attention to detail, I flow, I pivot, and that's just kind of how I am.
You're Enneagram 7, which I hate that. I'm an Enneagram 3, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Yeah. We don't operate the same way.
We don't.
I love that. But so as I realized that I didn't really want to pursue this anymore, I also had a few things happening in this workplace that kind of lit a fire under me for the topic of racial justice. So, for example, as the only Black woman employed at that organization, I often felt like a diversity hire or a token because there were positions that I was more than qualified for that I just was not offered. And they were offered to people who were not as qualified as me, and I was the only Black woman, so I'm left thinking, okay, is it that? I sat with my boss one time because we were having a couple of instances of racist remarks being made and people just being ignorant to how to really conduct themselves in a multicultural environment. So I went to my boss at the time and I was like, hey, I really feel like our company, we were small at the time, could benefit from investing in some sort of DEI work or HR, I don't know. And he was basically saying, this is just not something I'm passionate about, so I don't ever see myself pursuing any type of DEI anymore.
Yeah.
And I was shocked, but then also not shocked. And I thought to myself, okay, this is not how I want to live my life in this kind of setting where I feel like I'm an afterthought and my struggles are not priority. So I was like, you know what? I don't really even want to do this anyway. So August of 2019, I started getting some clients on the side for graphic design work. Really fell in love with social media. So I'm a social media strategist by trade today.
Oh.
So, yeah. So
So as she's going into her story, she's mentioning some really important pieces. So first she graduated from college and she had a major and thought that she was going to do a certain career path, right? So then she got into a job and then realized like maybe I can use some of these skills I'm built now to launch me into something else, right? Throughout that entire journey, she's realizing that this isn't something that she wants to continue to pursue. But in the meantime, she's still gaining things that allows her to become an owner or entrepreneur of her own thing, right? So the most important thing that we need to understand is no matter what we graduate with, no matter where our experiences have led us to, we're always in a position to redefine our purpose and our passion, right? It doesn't mean because you majored in psychology, you're going to be a psychologist. What it could mean is some of the skills that it took for you to learn and build through getting that degree or working in that position is launching you to something greater, something else that's more purposeful. So you got to remember those things, especially in pursuit of entrepreneurship, right? Even as an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that if you start an entrepreneur business, you have to remain in it, right? Evaluating to see if it's for you. If it's not for you, do something else.
Got into that. Got enough clients, saved enough checks to quit my job, and quit and started working with those clients. And to this day,
she saved enough checks to quit her job. Did you hear that? She saved enough checks to quit her job. For some of y'all, if y'all want to quit and y'all don't have no exit strategy or no emergency fund or nothing saved up, what are you going to do? Is it worth quitting? I don't know. It all depends on you. But she was able to save up enough money and then quit her job.
Today, I still haven't had to touch those paychecks in my savings because
what? Wait, hold on, wait. You know, my money got.
Oh, I said money again.
I hear everything about money. Hold on. Wait a minute. Not only are you debt free, but you're an entrepreneur debt free with some money in the savings.
Savings, yes.
Who is this chick? Like, what? See, I ain't gonna do you like that because you don't know me like that. I was about to ask you how much you got in your savings, but that's none of our business. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, one day we're gonna be there, and you just tell me offline. But yeah, it's no one else's business because we don't want no knucklehead brother coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're single too, right?
I am. Yes.
Are you dating anyone?
I'm not. No.
Oh! Brothers. Black woman. Bachelor's degree. No debt.
I'm done. It's all true.
Some money. I mean, I guarantee you, she probably got at least 15K in the savings. Minimum. Bare minimum 15K in the savings. Y'all better come at her right. That's all I'm saying.
Ayo be clowning. But yeah, she dropped something that's really important that I think a lot of people who is in a similar situation as hers really needs to think about before you start to launch into entrepreneurship, right? And you're in a job or a 9 to 5 or whatever you're in, and that transition starts to happen, right? You got to start planning, right? You got to be strategic. Sometimes it's not the best thing to just quit. For some people it is. You spark a fire under them, they get motivated, they get focused. But for some people, right, that security is important, that planning is important. It all depends on what's for you. But again, another really great video from Ayo, and she was able to save money and still haven't touched those checks. That's good. If you get to that situation, then you know you got a lot of financial control, and it's the best place to be in. So again, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.